So in this video, I'm going to do that letter that I mentioned in the other video. So I'm just going to read this letter and go explain some of the stuff in here, what it means. Okay, I'm going to try and leave names out. I'll just say the initial, I guess. Um, yeah. So I got this letter. I haven't got too many. My sister claims she gets these nasty things put in Christmas cards. I haven't got a whole lot of that, but she never really shows me what she gets. I don't think hers are like what I get because when I was at my mom's house one time with my son long time ago, I remember seeing this nasty letter on her coffee table, and the one she gave me was a lot different than the one that she gave my sister. The one she gave me was more attacking me and scapegoating me, and the one she gave my sister is a little bit different. So that's how it is in your scapegoat. You treated like dirt. Okay, so stupid idiots they are. The narcissist. So this is what my mom gave me, this stupid letter, and it was 2014. So I'm going to read this. Some of it doesn't make sense, but this is how she talks. I believe she has really disorganized thinking. That's what comes down on paper. Disorganized. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and some of it I'll explain as I go. Okay, so first she says, she mentions my niece. I only have one sister, so that's my sister's kid, oldest kid. My niece, and who she's married to. So she says, N and M came on Saturday, April 19 in afternoon, 3 something p.m. Unannounced. For me, red flag, 2 of them. I want M, and this other M is my sister's youngest son, which is my nephew. I want M to sell house, male thing. Said, okay, so what she's insinuating there is you have to be a male to sell a house. So she's got this sexist privilege thing going on. Said sewing machine K, and that is my daughter, for sure does not want to be to female given. So she's trying to give my daughter her sewing machine as a treadle, a Singer treadle sewing machine. Mm-hmm. My daughter's special needs #1 and she doesn't sew. Okay. I had K sitting in front not liking to be with. I don't know what that's got to do with. I don't know what that means. Kind of weird. Then she says, daughter second born, saying, I, me, not sewing. I answer, yes, not on big scale. I do so, always will be. Okay, so there she's saying daughter second born. She doesn't even, she has no respect. She's referring to me because I'm the baby of the family. I'm the second born daughter. My sister's older than me, so she instead of saying my name, she says daughter second born. So I'm daughter second born. Yeah, that's how she refers to me. And then she says, Anne would follow, and that's my niece, Anne would follow me to kitchen to talk. I was slicing Easter bread for her 3 children only, no drinks. Talk about K at age, I said 10 to 12 years. She's talking about my daughter's ages and her mentality. Yeah, well, I don't see what that's got to do with anything. I guess to put down a jab. Mention the sewing machine to see me deaf ears. I went to green bedroom that I sleep have in box, table stand, porcelain china lamp, show her for her mother, me deceased to receive. So what she's saying is, and this thing is important, why is she putting this in there? Because there's this lamp that my grandmother had, her mom, my grandmother had, and it's a big lamp, porcelain lamp, and it has a scene on there. It's like a 17th century scene. And you see, my mom knows I really like that lamp because I like antique type stuff. And that was a really nice lamp. Like I said, it has a 17th century scene on it. And she knows I like that lamp, so that's why she put that in this letter and said that she's going to give it to my sister for her mother. my niece's mother's to my sister. So she wants to make sure I know that that lamp that I really like, she's not going to give it to me. She's going to give it to my sister, who doesn't even like the lamp or even care about it. See, another job. Shade was repaired by my mother. Plastic strip winded on metal. We'll be redoing shade at and then place so I can use okay. Living room is on stool Hudson Bay blanket. Stripes black, yellow, red, green on white. Pure wool. Also me deceased to receive. So again, she's going to give the Hudson Bay blanket to my sister, not me. Then again, that really doesn't matter because it's pure wool. It really wouldn't do too well because it'd probably give me a rash, but that's not the point. The point is she wants to make sure that she knows that she's not giving me anything. She's going to give it to my sister. Okay. And then she says, us girls receive one each from my parents. So see, she's got to put that in. That in her family, she has two sisters, so it's three girls total. They all got Hudson's Bay blankets. She wants to make sure that I know this and that I know that she's going to give it to my sister. So, right there. Scapegoat anyone? Okay. That I taken from Blue Bedroom where Kay was sleeping. And talking about the blanket to buy in Hudson's Bay store to see if she could receive mine. Not a chance. She was going from blue bedroom, partial open mine, green bedroom, open, then door was closed to master bedroom, open door by Anne is where sewing machine is. So she's claiming that my niece is trying to look in their bedrooms, like snoop around and see the sewing machine. It's what I want to do, not what she's telling me. This this, she's not talking proper. Remained me of time she called me name, and her and M came with radio recording tape what you said, but what she said does count. Okay, so I don't know. There was this time, I forget what it was. It was a long time ago. I left a message on the answer machine. And, like when you're scapegoat, you're always getting stabbed in the back, right? So it was some kind of bullshit going on, and I left a message on their answering machine. And they basically took it to my mom's house and played it. So a bunch of assholes. Okay, whatever. Where was I? Oh, yeah. M came with radio recording tape. Okay, I got that ready. Back to some old some. I think she means old same, or whatever. And then N is saying that he is not capable. This is referring to, see, I don't know if she's leaving this out. It's referring to the youngest, my sister's kid, that she wants to sell the house. So then N is saying that he is not capable of doing a lot of this to do for him. Power of attorney, suggestion that to be suggestion that to be E and D. M is too young to know to do. Okay, sorry about that. It's kind of hard to read as it is. Okay, page 2. Hard to do. Just wait a minute. Page 2, they have done this. Oh yeah, to be for them, not you. C, K. I had decide about K to be for health problem and funeral. I cannot see for month withdrawal. Oh, geez, I don't know what that is about. I think that's alluding to she's giving something kind of inheritance is going to be monthly withdrawals. I don't know what the hell. What does N say you... Now, get a load of this. What does N, and that's my niece, what does N say you are responsible for? Responsible for funeral as a mother. I don't understand that. I'm responsible. Sounds like they're saying could be wrong. Sounds like my mom is saying that my niece is saying that I'm responsible to pay for the funeral of my mother. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? See, that when you scapegoat, you're treated like dirt. They want you to be the slave girl and pay for everything and do everything while they sit in their ass. Yeah, pretty disgusting. Well, they're sadly mistaken, but whatever. Red flag, big time. NMD. Me not be that bird to have feathers pluck out, that not one feather on wing to wipe my ass with. And yes, my mom really talks like this. She writes like this. Crazy stuff. Okay, the other N was saying on phone about 2 years age when I was doing my junk truck. I don't know what the hell that's about. That I have person with me, property title at land office, mention need a bookkeeping as I am doing, she's suggestion am, which is her husband, red flag. Big time. To me, that means that I am giving half of my property to person, N, E, D, question, guess, house scratch, land, scam. So what my mom is saying is that my niece is trying to get it so that her husband can be the bookkeeper, and they want to try and get on the house title so that my sister and her family can have ownership of the house, or joint ownership. That's what it sounds like she's saying. M, grandparent did that estate, was quick release to person unknown to me, scam, living. Uh, N said she was building this new home now, and this address that I'm not going to say. Okay. On that place. A person that I know phoned me last fall asking E, living in blank place, no in blank place, who was a pause with end, paper trail financial. I don't know what the hell this means. I know of this scam where a person buys those homes. She said mine is 200,000 worth and the rest goes to this scam. They do that is theirs. I said it the property taxes value of the home worth more, way more than 200,000. No need of selling house. I am deceased person. Has the property title at land office to house scratch land done deal. I don't know what the hell she's getting at. She's saying that my niece is saying how much her house is worth, and she's saying it's not worth much, it's worth more, based on when they do the property tax assessment with the value. Which actually, when you actually sell a house, you could get more for it, depending on the market. Okay, NMDE, for them only, as is written in page 2. U and D, which is my husband, to buy rent to D's son, telling me that I am going to control from cemetery. Okay, that's bullshit. My mom is accusing me, and again, like what happens when you're the scapegoat, my mom is accusing that me and my husband want to buy her property, her house, rent it out to my husband's son. That's a bunch of crap. First of all, my husband's son is not a good person. We would not be doing that. And we would not be buying that house, because why would we buy that house? It's an old house. Nothing's ever been renovated in it. And we have our own home, so we can't afford 2 mortgages. And renting, I've done that before. It's a big headache. It's not all hunky-dory. So no, we would never be doing that. And I was telling her, I have to tell her she has to control things from the grave. And I did tell her that. That part is true. And it's true. She does. Okay. Both side of family wants this property to be for one side in family. Not a chance. D's son, money to rent, not for your son. That I came to plate for vehicle and other items. How come you couldn't do this vehicle, and so on. They, one that earns value money, can be rent to buys housing mortgage to pay for. It's those men that are suggestion going on. Not a chance to happen. Okay. This is bullshit. Again, she's doing false accusations, being an ass. She's like this part about renting, buying the house and renting it to my husband's son is bullshit to begin with. And then she's saying, how come I'm going to do that and not rent it to my son? Which is, we're not renting it to anybody. We're not buying the house. You don't want the house. Number one. Number two, she's rubbing in my face about with the vehicle and other stuff because what she did was she basically, you know, these narcissists are really dangerous. I got to tell you this. Other than reading this letter, I got to do a side note. I'm going to tell you this. If you have a narcissistic parent, like especially the malignant type, you need to keep your kids away from that person. And this is why. Because they can, and they do, they can turn your own kids against you. They can really fuck up your life. They can make a lot of misery and hurt for you, I'm telling you. Because what happened was my mom was trying to buy my kid off basically, and she offered to buy him a vehicle. And he basically couldn't afford that vehicle. He ended up not paying her back. And get a load of this, in the end, whatever her will is, I think she's deducting it from the inheritance. It's just crazy shit. So she bought him the vehicle and did whatever stuff for him that I wouldn't do because I don't feel I'm obligated to buy my kids vehicles. I'm not filthy rich, and even if I was, the kids, everyone buys their own vehicle. My husband bought his own vehicle. You work and you save up your money, you do your own stuff, right? You learn independence. So then she's rubbing my face in it, basically saying like, she's better than me. Um, I'm not a good parent because I didn't buy my kid a vehicle and all the other items. This is how come you couldn't do this vehicle and so on. So you see how she's insulting me. Okay, just to explain that. And then it's those men that are suggesting. She's saying that either my husband or my sister's husband is suggesting to get her house and all this, which is a bunch of crap because no one wants her crappy house. At least I don't. I don't know about my sister. Okay. Then she says, and she goes on to saying, for me to find out what the full duty is for power of attorney. 1. Bank account to begin. 2. Car if not able to drive. 3. House items from way back. Porcelain lamp. Hudson's Bay blanket. Royal Albert dishes. Sewing machine. Value price that is not low. Worth the price. Expensive electrical appliances. She doesn't have any expensive electrical appliances. She had an old BB stove. Now she's got a new one with Saran top. She has a regular fridge. Doesn't even have an ice maker on it. She got no expensive appliances. Her washer in the basement is still a top load, like on the old style top load and dryer. So she's full of it. But she thinks she's sitting on a gold mine. Anyways. So then she says, I remember, like today, you phoning me that you are reporting me to seniors' mental health. I shouted, go ahead, phone my sister's brother about this. It was to put me in seniors' place, sell the home, and live rich. You said, and me control from cemetery. They could not believe what I was saying to them on phone. D. Saying I am sick mind and he shithead. You calling me name. Enough is enough. I thinking to fix this letter I showed her April 25, 2013 Seniors Property Tax Deferral Program. Now she's to tell about deferral letter She read deferral, loans, least 25%, reading this part not allowed. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But the other part is, again, because I'm a scapegoat, she's got to blame me for shit and abuse me and false accusation, saying that I was going to report her senior's mental health. Okay, like a lot of times my mom would phone me and talk crazy shit to me, and I said, like, you're crazy, you're nuts, like, cut it out, you know. I said, well, maybe you need to get some help or something, I don't know. So, yeah, she could say that. But then what she did was she did the smear campaign on me, and then phoned her sister and brother and made this lie up about me that I want to sell her home and live rich. Live rich. So she's smear campaign. She admitted that she does this. That she makes up lies about me and tells her siblings these lies to makes me smear campaign. It makes me look bad. So I'm a scapegoat, you see. To crap all over me. Okay. Another part about my husband saying, and my husband did say that she's a sick mind because she is. And she's calling him a shithead, so whatever. She doesn't like my husband. That's fine. Okay. And then she's saying C, which is my son, said C came because they said he receives Easter bread and sausage. Not much was talked when C came. Two of them, I'm talking about my niece and her husband, silent. Now we're on page 4. I think seeing C was a surprise to them. Dressed well, car. I told N, M, and C at Easter on Sunday. Me no visiting, not for a cup of tea and piss in toilet. Okay, that's really nice. So what she's saying is she's complaining now that no one's inviting her for Easter. Well, when I was in the house that I lived in before this house, I did for about 10 years straight. I invited her for every holiday because I didn't want her to be alone. My sister never did jack shit. And whether I was sick or not didn't matter. And to be honest, I will be cooking until I'm literally dead because that's what I do. I cook. So I did this for 10 years, and she always treated me like dirt. I will do that in another video, I guess. Always insulting. I didn't want to do it anymore, so I quit doing it. So she's whining. But yet, when I did invite her, she never treated me good anyway, so what the hell, right? Can't win no matter what you do with these people. Okay, so it says this year did not do Christmas, Easter, sisters, brother, Easter sisters. Brother, me was very, very, no, me was very, very sad, angry about B, which is her brother, her oldest brother, laying in bed helpless. Because her oldest brother died, I guess, around that time. Funeral in, and then where it is. Not here. It'd been years not, okay, now here we go, the pity party. It'd been years not at daughter's place, just this property. If I get anger, I will do the big one on all daughters, and she's only got 2 of them. Grandchildren, the works. If no dime is no dime to person. E, which is my sister, did not want to be executive. Now, who the executive for this property, my guess, blank. As of now, you executive on the drawing paper, not to be wrong after deceased. Power of attorney to sell the house. My financial for persons due live deceased. Yeah, I don't know what the hell all that she's getting at. But you know what? It turns out she took me off. She changed the will so many times. She changes the will as often as she changes her socks. She changed it more than once. I don't even know what's on there now. I think I'm disinherited, but I can't prove it, but I have no clue. No one of yous will know how I am living here, what is in order or not in order. Just wanting for this property, pretend rich. Trying to put me in the crazy house, I know year. Yeah. So there we go with the accusations. She's accusing me that I want to put her in a crazy house and take her property and pretend I'm rich, which is bullcrap. Her house isn't even worth a whole lot. It's not a nice house. It's old, not taken care of. Okay. And then with mentions my daughter Kay, I was living in my crazy house property owner. There is no getting on terms, is there? Let me know. So you see this, take this out of the whole correspondence so far. She's been insulting me, putting me down, denigrating me, false accusations, smear campaigning me, admitting to it, and all this bullshit. It's all negative crap. Nothing good. And now she's wondering if she can get along with me. Let me know that we're going to get on terms, as in have some kind of um, relationship. I'm supposed to let her know after she's insulting me like this? Like, really? No chance in hell. Okay. The one that's saying did want anything is the one on quarrel list. What the will is written is what it is. So right there, I told her more than once that I don't want nothing from her because she's always falsely accusing me that I want her money and this and that and the other thing. And I said basically to her more than once, I said, you can take it and stick it. I don't want nothing. And then now she's putting that on there that I'm on the quarrel list. I'm on her bad list, I guess. And what the will is written is what it is. So it seems, I could be wrong, but it's insinuating like she's disinherited me. But she doesn't have the balls to say it. And let's say she really did. I don't need her frickin' money. She can stick it, right? So I still say that. Okay. If no power of attorney to sell home and other duty, question with executive, daughter, not husband, with his paws and claws, pretend he is rich. I am not sucking my thumb, writing in words on 4 pages. It could be like public trust, government of such and such, a lawyer does to close the state. Yeah, so she's basically saying there if no one's going to be the executor, then it goes to the government. Which in this case, because the family's so dysfunctional, I think that's how it should go because I don't want to do anything. So then she puts on this notation here on the side. So think what you want, and that goes for my sister, not husband with his paws and claws. Okay, so I don't know what she's getting at there. And crazy, but whatever. Okay, so the last page. That's just kind of stupid. So then she's going on about my niece. So said, N said she built house herself. What she build is shit from the asshole, much like build diarrhea. Yeah, it makes sense. Where did she get the money pull out of her ears? Answer no to me. D&E, which is my sister and her husband, did the collaborate on their house mortgage at such and such place on D&E down payment billed herself. If N and M default payment, 2 houses, 4 of them down the river, which water does hold sinking to bottom. So what she's insinuating is that my sister and her husband um, put up collateral. I think she's not collaborate. I think she's not saying it correctly. As in basically cosign or collateral or who knows what, borrowed money on their property to give to their kid for the property or something like that. So if both of them default on their mortgage payments, they're both going to lose their properties. That's what she's insinuating. And then she says, no sinking for N, half house, garage, land at land title office, which is not going to happen. Came here on Saturday, unannounced, going from room to room, look like I am moving out all what is in rooms. Not a chance. Left, I think they're thinking that if that's true, because maybe she's doing the hoarding, she has boxes all over with stuff in it, so they're thinking she's packing up, but she's not. Left empty-handed, only Easter loaf, no sausage. Oh, boo-hoo. Um, no moving day for you and an M. Me angry, unannounced, first of all. Second, talking about blanket. This is worse than what Kay is doing. So then she's comparing this to my daughter. I don't know, my daughter's kind of special needs. She's flipping out or whatever she's flipping out there, I think, or something. But who knows the whole story? Because I never get the whole story or the truth from my mom because she is a shit stirrer, troublemaker. Okay, telling me about selling house. Okay, as in she's referring to my niece, telling me about selling house, moved to senior's place, that I had senior check each month. And she's talking about that, trying to say that my mom should sell her house, I guess, and move to a senior lodge because she has her senior check as in her pension she gets each month. I said staying in this house, if disability, get a person to do snow, lawn, yard. Not one word was said. Okay. And then, and I said, if not able to, a side note, if not able to live in house, go to the street and avenue for live to finish, like some neighbors dead. Not one word from both. Okay. Well, she's full of shit because she like wants to stiff me doing her dirty work and I'm not doing it. And she had home care. Like right now, she's in the hospital now. She's not going to go home. Kind of obvious. She left a big glob of crap for someone else to fix, and she thinks I'm going to do it, and I won't. But other than that, the whole thing is a total disaster. And she had home care going there because they don't go, like I think past 10 o'clock, they don't go. She had home care going to her house 4 times a day. And she has always brags how much money she has. She could have hired a personal assistant. She also could have set up telephone banking like I told her to make it easier to pay her bill. She didn't do none of that. Nothing I ever do, she ever listens to me because she thinks I don't know anything because I'm the scapegoat. She don't listen to me. She just wants to lie and attack and make up shit. And this whole thing is a disaster. So with that letter, you can see that my mom has disorganized thinking. I don't know what's the matter with her. I think she's a narcissist. I think she's very malicious. She's malignant. She's a very evil person to me. How she's treated me my entire life, like dirt. But you know what? She's very disorganized thinking. She makes up stuff, and she admitted in that letter that she smears me behind my back and tells lies about me. The whole thing's a disaster, and I don't think it's going to end well because I used to be willing to do things for her, and I'm not now because of how I've been treated. Last stunt she pulled, when other video I explained, I tried to clean up her hoarded house so she could come back from the hospital, and I got treated like dirt. Not only that, she tried to falsely accuse me of committing a crime and want to call the cops on me. I told her that's it, no more, done. So I won't be forgiving her for that, and even if I did forgive her, I would not have anything to do with her. I won't be entertaining her no more. That is the end for me. I'm done. I will not put up with that. That has gone way too far. That's way extreme, and it's not acceptable what she did. She had no right to do that. It's pretty low. So I don't know what else to say other than that's how crazy it is. And when you're the scapegoat, don't expect to be treated fairly because it ain't gonna happen. And this shit isn't gonna be done until my mother dies. And right now she's 90, and she's scamming the hospital. She doesn't have dementia either. The hospital thinks she does. I don't buy it. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not, I don't believe it's going to end well. I really don't. So that's it for now, and then I don't know. I might do more videos later on. I don't know when though. Some stuff like how I was just treated all my whole life like dirt, like in my aunt. I'm really disappointed with my aunt again. I don't know what's going to be with that. I left her a message. She's giving me the cold shoulder. She's playing mind games. I think she's a narcissist too. I think the whole family's screwed up, to be honest. They're all crazy. I really don't need this because at my age, why do I need this? I don't need it. So it's the lost cause. You can't accomplish anything with these kind of people because it doesn't matter what you do. You get stabbed in the back. They make up lies. I create chaos. That's the thing with my mom. You can't be peaceful because if anything's too peaceful, she has to throw a monkey wrench in it and do something stupid. So you can't win with these people. So yeah, just thought I'd read that letter so you can hear how crazy it is dealing with a parent who is basically a narcissist and an evil person. Okay, thank you for listening. All right.